The Dakota Access Pipeline protests have received little to no coverage from the mainstream press, and as a result, both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, the two mainstream presidential options, have been silent on the issue. So if the media doesn't make something an issue, then the presidential candidates don't have to speak about it. Now, thankfully, that's beginning to change, but what it took to actually get press is a little bit frustrating. So actress Shailene Woodley, who's been speaking out on behalf of the Dakota Access Pipeline protesters, was arrested, and this is finally garnering news coverage.
Because I was trespassing like everyone else. But as soon as you guys asked me to leave, I left.
You left.
She was down there, everybody was down there.
We all left.
I'm being arrested. I was down there with everybody else. I don't know what's going on. As soon as they came, I left. It's because I'm well known. It's because I have 40,000 people watching. Alright, so everybody knows we were going to our vehicle, which they had all surrounded and waiting for me with giant guns and the giant truck behind them, just so they could arrest me, so they knew this would happen. I hope you're watching, mainstream media. I hope you're watching. Ask her she's being taken.
Yes, stay back.
May I ask her she's being taken? I'm not denying things that you did. Follow. That's my mother.
So ABC News explains, Woodley was arrested on October 10th for protesting the four-state crude oil pipeline that has courted controversy since earlier this summer, when the Standing Rock Sioux tribe sued to block its construction, claiming the pipeline threatened the tribe's water supply and traversed culturally sacred sites. Actress Shailene Woodley pleaded not guilty today to criminal trespass and riot charges that came following her arrest earlier this month while protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline in North Dakota. Woodley faces a maximum penalty of 60 days in jail and or a fine of up to $3,000 if convicted, according to court documents from the district court in Morton County, North Dakota. That's what it took. It took a celebrity to get arrested in order for the news to mention the Dakota Access Pipeline. Now, they're not necessarily covering it in the right way. It's more sensationalism, but I mean, it's still coverage nonetheless. It's still a mention, and I think that's better than nothing. Now, this is frustrating because if the media doesn't speak out about it, as I stated, then candidates don't have to speak out about it as well. But if the media covers something and they hammer on it, then the campaigns will be forced to respond.
Where does she stand on Dakota Access Pipeline?
You know what? I'm not as versed in that issue right now.
So you don't know if she's for or against the pipeline?
What she's for is making investments in clean energy. I've answered your question now 3 times. I'm going to say it again.
You don't know about Dakota.
I'm saying she's the
Really? It's just frustrating, and this is what happens if the media does not do their job. What's important is determined by the mainstream press, and what qualifies as important are things that make them the most money. So, I mean, shout out to Shailene Woodley. I really want to thank her for her activism, because without her, people probably wouldn't even know what the Dakota Access Pipeline is, and still many people don't know what it is, but it's people like her who are celebrities who have this high profile, who speak out for progressive issues. I mean, it's wonderful. And, you know, this encourages me to support any project that she does, any movie that she's in. I want to go and see it, because I think as long as we can keep her famous, then she's going to continue to speak out on behalf of progressive issues. And even if she's not famous, I believe she's still going to do that. But the bigger her platform is, the bigger reach she'll have, and maybe she could shine a light on some of these issues that the media wants to ignore. So just the fact that she's a celebrity is powerful. So she's doing the right thing, and I honestly am very thankful to her. So if you're watching this, Shailene, look, we're really appreciative of what you're doing. Thank you. Please keep it up, because it's people like you who are really helping to get media attention on these issues that they don't want to cover, that won't make them money. And so even if it's sensationalistic, if they cover it from the celebrity angle, I don't care. I just want them to talk about it. Maybe if somebody hears about the Standing Rock Sioux tribe or the Dakota Access Pipeline, maybe they'll be inclined to go Google it and figure out what's going on and speak out about it and maybe donate to them. This is a big issue. We also saw them try to lodge faulty charges against Amy Goodman because she was doing journalism, which is her job, and they tried to charge her with the riot charges, but thankfully that was thrown out. But this is really shady. What's going on at the Dakota Access Pipeline is shady. We have militarized police there. We have armed mercenaries there attacking people with dogs when they're doing what they are allowed to do under the First Amendment. protest. And the North Dakota government is trying to shut them down, and nobody wants to talk about it. But thankfully, these type of acts, which I view as heroic from Shailene Woodley, are what we need to get people to pay attention.